Give me 1 second. I forgot to wait for Ms.Blipper backstage. I thought I was pressing a different button than the go live button, but I did the go live button, which I apologize because I enjoy meeting Ms.Blipper backstage.
Hey there.
Hey, we are not backstage because I pressed the wrong button.
Oh, so we're live?
We're live. Sorry, I
Oh.
apologize.
No
And I was
worries.
just,
It's okay. It's okay.
I was just saying how much I enjoy meeting you backstage.
I'm spoiled backstage.
You are backstage. It's all the M&Ms that you get for free.
I know. You just have to put them off for another session. Hide them away.
They'll definitely be hidden because I like M&Ms.
Mm-hmm.
And I only buy the vegan kind when I see them.
Oh, really? I didn't know there was such a thing.
They do. Yep. They have vegan Snicker bars, vegan Three Musketeers. Almost every bad thing that you can eat, they have veganized.
Wow.
So
I had really no idea. Greetings, beautiful souls, live alive. Oh, hey chipmunk. Hi, chemical knee rub. Ooh, I like that name. Lady Sky. Blessings, dear.
let's see.
I wrote notes somewhere.
You did.
Not really. I only wrote those 4 things that you were talking about. The laws of chaos.
The laws of chaos. Sniper sent us something to read too, from his protocol.
Where is it?
I have it on my screen, and then I'll read it aloud.
Okay, great.
Just a few moments. I'm downloading my antivirus thing is up, and I want to get a new one. It's expensive, so I got a cheaper model. And it says log in to download, and since I have a lot of windows open, I have ChatGPT, I have Gemini, I have my short making thing up. I'm afraid if I press one button too many, the walls are going to come crumbling down. Yeah, I could take down the entire internet. I don't know.
I learned a new word today. A Luddite. Do you know what a Luddite is? I'd never heard the word before.
It's a biblical word, right?
I don't know. I'll have to look it up. There were some group of people, but today the use of it is technophobes, people who just are not feeling
in the
like
know.
they're what?
In the know. People who aren't in the know.
Right, or just have technology struggles.
Are you referring to me by any chance?
No, I'm referring to me, myself, and I. Yeah.
You can feel free to refer to me too, because that describes me pretty well. But as we talk, I'm doing some technical stuff right now. I apologize. How about anything?
Tiger King's here. Hello, Tiger King. Eric, can you read this to her, please? Hello, Ms.Blipper. It is really nice to see you. I can't wait till you get started this life as you're grateful. And are you bringing your fishbowl out soon? Tiger King, I brought the fishbowl just for you. I'm not going to do it right away, but stick around and we'll be pulling out fishbowl imperatives. I'm so happy to see you. Even though I can't see you, I see your name.
I have to be honest with you. He might not be around much longer.
Tiger King?
Yep.
What's going on?
Tiger King, he wants to be unmodded, which is fine. However, he has made some people who don't consider him friends who have who have disappeared him in the past, and he has let me know that he's been disappeared, and I've searched for him and brought him back up. However, this time, he has demanded to be unmodded, and if he is disappeared by one of the many people who don't want him here, he's on his own.
Okay, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know how that. I don't even know how somebody disappears somebody else.
Only mods can do it to non-mods. So one of the reasons why he's a mod is so people don't do that to him.
Oh, I see. Okay. So he wants to take a risk. I see something else. So what did it say? Hello. Somebody said hello to both of us. HWH Radio. Like
that
the new page.
Hammer. That's our friend Hammer.
Okay. Hi, Hammer. Phil Manifester's here too. Blessings, Phil. Hi, dear.
I'm almost done. So the question is, do you have anything particularly on your mind that you wanted to talk about?
I just had a kind of a little bit of a busy work day. I'm still translating, and it's a little arduous. If Toy Pups comes on, tells me I keep flipping my hair, it's because it keeps falling in my face and it drives me crazy. Yeah, been translating. It was so sweet of you to mention the Kabbalah today. The Kabbalah, I guess they say in American English. So that's been going on too, because we've just entered the last week of counting the Omer.
Nice.
Yeah. Today is we just started at sundown. Exactly, the day begins where it will be eternity within action, or the attribute of eternity. Yeah, within an action.
Does anything follow this?
What do you mean?
As far as after the counting?
It will be a holiday called Shavuot. But basically, it's like this whole counting of the Omer business is 49 days. So 7 times 7 weeks. Yeah. And they're considered like gates of understanding, each day that have gone through in meditation is kind of considered, a gate of understanding. But yeah, then when it's all done, you get to celebrate. I guess it's Moses on Mount Sinai or something, giving the lowdown on Mount Sinai. But in the old days, it was the Omer is barley, and so they would bring barley to the temple, eh, because the wheat hadn't fruited yet, and that's why it's called Omer barley, and they would give that, as kind of a tribute to the temple. And of course, when after the second temple got kicked in the face by the Romans, they obliterated the need for all those kinds of temple sacrifices. Yeah.
Good for them.
Kicked in the face by the Romans.
Sorry. That's of all the things to repeat.
Right. I like it. I must say.
So I doing technical stuff, having a conversation, and looking at the chat. So I apologize for my further. Thank you,
No need to apologize. I should be looking at the chat. Please be respectful. Live up to altar. Oh, okay. Somebody's spamming supposedly about Bible stuff, but I haven't read it, so we can just skip over that part, I guess. We gotta wait for our chief too. Hi, chief.
All right, let me get over here. Tiger King, you are about to be unmodded. You are completely on your own. You are swimming with the big fish, swimming with the sharks.
We're trusting in everything. We're
Trusting
going
in
with
everything.
trust this time, Tiger King.
Yeah.
Wow.
I hope you the best for you.
Somebody's saying, Laradox Yogi's friend is saying you're looking too skinny to go get yourself some lentils.
Thank you, Laradox.
Yeah. Oh, Chief Peacock. Hello, sister. How are you doing, my great sister? I know who that is. I'm well, thank you, love. How are you doing?
Chief Peacock, how are you? Big appreciation for Laradox. And let's see.
Shout out to the UK squad.
You missed the last part of Laradox's message.
I did.
I appreciate you for censoring that. Bias Valento's old man is what he said. Is what he said. Did you hear Willow's comment the other day when we were
No.
talking about what was going on and how she was doing? And she said, "Nothing your old man brain would understand."
That's funny. We start. Tiger King is nice. Tiger King is my friend, and I hope he sticks around.
Thank you, Buddha.
Yes, UK is my family.
Paradox made a correction. Old bald man. I'm glad he made that distinction.
Yeah.
Anyone can just be an old man, but not everyone can be an old bald man.
Adjunctive adjectives, yes. Yes. Wheats art, thank you, he says. Hello.
Adam.
Oh, look who's here. Yay. Hello, Adam. Hello, Diogenal dog. So do you want me to start in on the laws of chaos that don't really exist?
Yes.
Okay.
First off,
what?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
And this is a great way to start us off. Why don't these laws of chaos exist, Ms.Blipper? Tell us.
The laws of chaos, because they're just part of the illusion, the laws of chaos. Like, it's a funny thing. It's like making something up so that you can look at it so that you can let it go. And you could say that the laws of chaos are applying or to be applied to are referencing ego mumbo jumbo, no? And um and the it isn't going with the mumbo jumbo isn't advised at all. And in fact, you can't really figure out much anything about the mumbo jumbo that's real. In fact, nothing about the mumbo jumbo is real, but sometimes it can be helpful to look at it in order to let it go.
Right. I like that a lot. I've been going through some of that, and I'm not the only one. I've talked to some people that some things have come to surface. I've reacted in some stronger ways than I normally react, and I was wondering why. And I've made some switches in my own little practice, which I believe facilitated it. And like everything, what I'm asked to do is ask the Holy Spirit for the reason for everything.
Right.
And there's only one reason for anything appearing in this world: forgiveness. It's funny though, after even decades of practice, sometimes we're not quite ready for it.
Yeah.
We need to let that stuff boil to the surface. We need to witness it and see it, and then we deal with it in the best way that we're capable of at the moment. And I think this was given to me to, one, remember that, and to demonstrate that. we all have these battles, and we're our own worst critic, uh, especially when we step on the forgiveness path.
Yep.
Um, because okay, I should get it. If anyone should get it now, it should be Ms.Blipper and Eric. We've been doing this long enough that we should get it, is what we say.
Should I go get my baseball bat? Do you?
Let's start off a little more gentle.
Okay.
So man, that was a powerful explanation of what you just said.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for that.
I, something's come up for me in that shoebox lately too. And it's funny, I'm reminded of something that is written in the Song of Prayer. I don't know if it's under prayer or forgiveness. It's in there somewhere. And it's probably about the part about forgiveness. It's like it doesn't always have, so we project things, out and about, and then we see the things that we've projected out and about, and then we're called to forgive, to look beyond, to go, okay, that's not real, nothing really happened, and to choose to see um, light or truth instead. But sometimes what happens is we look outside, and it becomes very apparent that the outside is like a mirror, like whatever we're seeing, it's because it's like reflecting our guilt. We're guilty of the same thing we're seeing.
Right.
And then it gets dicey, because then we're not only called upon to forgive outwardly, but it's also about accepting forgiveness, because whatever it is, it ain't good there and it ain't good here. You know what I mean? It doesn't
I do.
matter if it's in you, it doesn't matter if it's in me. It's just basically, is it helpful? And if it is, great, and if it's not, arrivederci.
Which is Italian
Yeah, you know what it
for
means.
you're out
Yeah.
of here.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hey, Leo is
Oh, look
added
at
to the
that.
lentil fund.
That is so cool. I love it.
It is. Um, it literally does
Pay for lentils.
pay for lentils, and $1.99 and
Yeah.
99. That's about it's
Couple
getting
weeks,
close
no?
to about a month worth of
Wow.
lentils.
Wow.
So
Where's your go-to lentil place? Like, do you order them online?
order them online.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I'm about 2 miles away from the nearest store,
Hmm.
and if I need something small, um, sometimes I'll do it. But if I'm going shopping, it's for like larger stuff, which would be uh just too not too heavy, but too bulky to
Hmm.
carry. And by the time I made it home, like Wednesday, it's going to be between 94 and 97 degrees. Um,
Whoa.
so if I bought anything frozen, it would no longer be frozen by the time I made it
No,
back.
it'd be mush. Yeah.
Yeah. So normally I just order Amazon and
I
get
can't
stuff
believe
here.
it's that hot there already. That's
Uh,
odd. It's weird, isn't it? Like, is it a heat wave or something?
yeah, it's sort of a heat wave. It's been in the 60s the past few days, and then today it reached 80 something, or it will reach 80 something, and then 3 days of really hot weather, peaking at I think 97, and then the
Busting out,
next day is supposed to be 60.
bouncing around, spring.
Bouncing around. Um,
Very busy
so
learning lapidary gardening, being weird. Cool. I like that. I love everything about gardening.
so what is our first law of chaos?
Our first law of chaos, thank you for reminding me. First law of chaos is that the truth is different for everyone. Feel like unpacking?
Truth is different for everyone. First, let me mention that this is a law of chaos, and as Ms. Blipper beautifully explained, there is really no such thing as a law of chaos because it takes place only in the illusion. The illusion is what we are dreaming right now. We look around and we see a lot of chaos, and we make it real because we're on this level. It feels real. We're experiencing it, and of course, the course doesn't say deny your experience. If your nose is stuffy, blow it. Don't say
It's not real. Yeah.
it's
Right.
not real.
Yeah.
If you're hungry, eat. If you're sick, really sick, go to the doctor if that's what you feel called to do. Um, but ultimately, on the level of ultimate reality, which is heaven, which is absolute love, which is God, none of it is real because God only creates as God. God can create nothing separate from himself.
Mm-hmm.
God can't create a mountain and have it be separate from him and say, this is a non-God mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And God cannot create us.
So you're saying that all those differences are perceptual only?
Yes.
Correct?
I guess I could have just said it that way and saved you and I 10 minutes of what I was saying. But this is one of your favorite things. So God did not create us separate from himself, which means that we are endowed with all of the powers. We are co-creators, one of your favorite words. We are co-creators with God, which is a wonderful thing, but it's also a misuse thing because we have miscreated a world of chaos. And within this chaos, we've attempted to instill some type of laws. But what was the question again?
I asked you if you felt like unboxing
Unpacking.
truth is different for everyone.
Right. So we like to think that we all stand up for our own individual truth. That, and we hear that reflected in language, but that's just my truth. No, that's just your perception and your interpretation of that perception that you are holding on to at the cost of your own felt connection with God. I wanted to be very, very careful throwing in that word felt, because we're never not connected to heaven.
Right.
But we can certainly
your perceived separation.
Right. So there are no that first law. It's an impossibility for any illusion. An illusion is an illusion is an illusion. It's impossible for any illusion to have more weight and more value than any other illusion because they're simply illusions.
Can I throw in my 2 cents?
Yep.
My 2 cents are about, just to add, not taking away in any way what you were saying, but that another way of looking at that too could be, as it says elsewhere in the course, the truth is truth. So truth is just one. There's just one truth. There aren't a zillion truths. There's just one. Right. And if it wasn't that way, it wouldn't be the truth. I mean, that's kind of what truth means, that consistency.
I like that. Nicely said.
Thanks.
Does anyone have any questions? Anything you guys want to add to that? Let me say hi to Anna. I didn't see her come in.
Manifestor said chaos was a Greek get in the pantheon. Yeah, good old chaos. Somebody always profits off of chaos. Good to know. I do not remember Dom DeLuise' character Captain Chaos from Cannonball Run.
I do.
But I remember the name Dom DeLuise, but that's it. Yeah. Oh, good. Adam remembers. Good. Manifestor. Ultraman. Did you ever watch Ultraman?
I did watch Ultraman.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch it when you lived in Bethesda? Because
yeah.
it was a big Maryland thing. You probably watched it on channel channel 20.
Yeah, I don't know, but anybody who's really like hurting bored, you can look up Ultraman reruns on YouTube. Always good fun.
So our friend Chai does have a question.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "How are you, Yogi? My humblest regards to you and the lady you are talking to."
Ah,
So
blessings.
very nice. Thank you, Chai. Chai, I'm doing good, my friend, and thank you for that.
I'm Ms.Blipper, Chai. Nice to meet you. Are you still my mate, Eric? Please say look up to you. You're still Tiger King's mate, aren't you?
I am, but
But
I'm going through my own stuff right now,
okay.
and
All right.
I'm gonna take this time to not shove it aside, not bypass it. I'm gonna go through my stuff.
All right.
Um,
Fair.
so and because I don't always go through my own stuff. It doesn't always come up. I'm a
Yeah, whenever.
right. I'm generally a low key person, but it's a good. You know what? Um, it's funny. The laws of chaos came up in the text for me to read, and it does feel that it's just appropriate subject to be addressing.
I would have gone with cause and effect, and we'll do cause and effect another day. Um, but it was good because my mind was already full of so much other stuff that I'm working on. You know, the translating thing. So uh, let's go to number 2. What do you think?
Yep.
All right. So this is number 2 of Laws of Chaos. Number 1, just as a reminder, is that the truth is different for everyone. Nah, not really. Okay, number 2 would be that every one of us, must sin. We must.
Well, that's good news.
It's like, oh, what a relief.
I know. Wow.
Right?
So everything's in perfect order.
You're off the hook in good company.
Yep. I'm doing what's expected of me.
Right.
Um. So, all right, unpack that one for us. Why must we sin?
All right. Back to what we started with, which was these laws of chaos aren't really real because chaos isn't really real. I have to use that premise again because sin, according to A Course in Miracles, is it implies a lack of love. No, that's what it's saying basically, that there's some lack of love that can't be corrected. And that just isn't real. So to get swallowed up in that attachment that, you know, uh, everywhere there is a lack of love, that's not a worthwhile attachment to hold on to.
Agreed. Um. So what do we do?
What do we do? Well, I think the first thing would be kind of to notice that, uh, kind of just say, we must have decided wrongly. We must have like ascribed a lack of love somewhere.
I think one
And
of the
mm, go ahead.
I think one of the favorite things for both you and I
Hmm.
is um, correction. It's
Yeah,
so much
absolutely.
it's so much easier, and we're all capable of it, and it can always be gentle. Uh, Go ahead.
Yeah, we don't do the correction. All we do is have a little willingness to accept correction, like leave the door a little bit open for it to be corrected, you know, and try not to get all caught up in our judgments about it, because then
Right.
we're just like adding to the pile of guilt and shame and blah blah blah. No.
It's the blah 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 that worries me the most.
Yeah, blah blah blah.
It's not the blah blah. It's the blah blah after the first two blah blahs that worries me the most.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, I think they're all the blah blahs are quite worrisome. I wonder if there's anybody in this chat room who's never said blah 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 before.
What was the Seinfeld? Where uh, it's similar to blah blah blah. I can't remember. I wish Wesson was here. He would know it like that. Um, where like when you're telling a story and you don't want to go into the whole details, and you have a little like a blah
etc
blah,
etc etc, but it's not. It's blah blah
right?
blah.
And I can't think of what it was.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's look real quick in the chat. So that brings us to number 3, right?
Yep. I want to read what Chipmunk says here. By looking at the system through a deterministic lens, chaos ceases to be a real phenomena and instead becomes a temporary placeholder for patterns we haven't fully mapped yet. Okay, I gotta go through that slowly again. By looking at the system through a deterministic lens, chaos ceases to be a real phenomena and instead becomes a temporary placeholder for patterns we haven't fully mapped yet. I like that, I must say. Chipmunk, I do like that, except for one thing, which is the word phenomena. You know why? Because it reminds me of that Sesame Street song,
Oh,
phenomena. Da, da,
right.
da, da, da. Phenomena. Boop, boop, boop. Phenomena.
So it wasn't bad enough that you were going to have it stuck in your head. Then now you wanted it to get stuck in all of our
I
heads.
did. It was intentional. Well, we are working on the laws of chaos, so I thought
So
I'd like
now,
share
yep.
the joy, right? Only people who have ever spent too much time with Sesame Street are going to have to purge later.
So, by the way, before we go on to number 3, I want to thank you for switching days.
Oh, no problem
and
whatsoever.
the reason our guest tomorrow, Julia Day, Jewel, she was a guest. Do you remember her?
Mm-hmm.
She was. It's been a few months.
Yep.
And we wanted to wait until she had something really profound to share again. And she's going to talk about Course in Miracles and chakra healing.
Cool.
Yep.
Love it.
All right. Manifest asked the question.
I asked a question. Please look up, Eric, when you're ready. Shall we try to find his question? Yada yada. Very good.
That was it. Who said that?
Wasamatau.
I knew it was Wesson. It was yada yada. Yep, I knew Wesson would know.
Brilliant.
Thank you, my friend. So what was the question? Wasn't it mana? Mana?
No.
Was it?
Oh, it was brilliant, but it isn't mana mana. It was mana. Do 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 do. Mana. Boop boo doo boop. Mana. Boop boo. But phenomena sounds like mana. Come on.
Just when that song was about to leave my head, and Ms.Blipper reinduces it all over again.
Right. I know yada 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 almost took over. Like yada yada over, yada 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 almost did the trick. But
was that the question, Manifester?
Yeah, I want to find that question.
I don't know if that was actually the question or if there was something else. Oh, there you go. Question. Okay. What's both if your best and worst qualities And what qualities do you wish to work on and improve?
Both of us, what are our best and worst qualities?
Yep.
And what would we like to improve?
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to answer? Do you want to go for it?
Um, my worst quality. Uh, that's a tough question because for me to examine my worst qualities means that I have to go straight into the ego, and my ego is my worst quality because my ego does ego stuff. So um, it's all of it, all the
Yeah,
stuff
I
that
was gonna
my
say.
ego does.
Yeah.
Um,
So the ego is the source of all your worst qualities.
right.
Mm.
And my very best quality is when I am fully relating to the Holy Spirit. Um, so if I had to say what could I do to improve it, I could listen better and more deeper. And more important, I can take the time to ask more often, what would you have me do?
Yeah.
I would
Be,
say that probably might sum it up for you as well. Um,
but some of it, some of it. Certainly the part that, the source of my, I agree totally that the source of my worst qualities are of egoistic nature, for sure that is. I would probably, for my best quality, ooh, yeah, I would say that my best quality is probably like willingness. Yeah, willingness. I
right.
because I can I kind of wish it was consistency, but I recognize that it's not. Although I would like it to be consistency, but it's not. I'm not there yet. Yeah.
Are you consistent with your inconsistencies? It's a place to start.
No.
No, wow, wow. That is
No.
true. That is true inconsistency. I applaud you.
It's a problem. It's a
I
problem.
I stand in awe before Ms.Blipper.
It's a problem, I must say. You
Hey,
know.
while we're on the subject of listing stuff,
Oh, list
um,
listing
yeah,
stuff.
listing qualities,
Mm.
um, and it's off topic a little bit from what we were talking about. But do you have a characteristic of God's teachers that you relate to most, that just draws you? Um, like, this is the one that I absolutely love.
Yeah, but it isn't in that list of whatever it is, 10. If we're going to the list of 10, I certainly am a big fan of open-mindedness. Um, the very last one. Um, but that part of that section of the teacher's manual and the qualities of God's teachers, the part I like the best is where it talks about honesty being consistency. It's like alignment. Again, probably because I think you called me out on this one time that was a very kind of agreeing in Kabbalistic terms, the alignment of where spirit and mind and emotions and actions are in alignment. They're not battling each other.
Right.
They're balanced.
Say a big hi to our friend Stitch real quick. Hey, Stitch, how
Hello,
are you?
Stitch Stitch.
Um, the one
Or
that speaks to me a lot
what's that?
is generosity,
Oh, beautiful.
because it contains the essence. Um, all the other characteristics, you just want to give them away. You want other people to
Yeah,
experience them. When you
yeah.
have joy, I
Hmm.
love how they all are entwined. When you have joy, you want to give it away. You want to be
Yeah,
generous with your joy. You want to
yeah.
be generous with your defenselessness. You want to be generous with everything, all of the other characteristics.
Forgiveness, yeah. Yeah, it's the way we keep things by giving them away. I mean, I love, just philosophically, I adore that idea, very central to within A Course in Miracles, that um, to have all, give all to all.
Right.
You know?
Right. I think that ties in very nicely with where you left off at the beginning of this year, at the ending
Oh,
of, yeah.
I offer you this holy, I would give you this holy instant, that one. Be you
Buddha
in
has a question
charge.
for you.
Mm-hmm.
Buddha, first off, thank you so much. Greatly, greatly appreciated, my friend.
What's
What is
birth?
Metatron? Do you see it in blue? She sent a super chat with a question in it.
Okay, I'm trying to get there because I had to go back before. What is Metatron and Raziel to her, please and thank you? Blessed questions. I've got both Metatron and Raziel up on my wall, actually. Um, Metatron is an archangel. He's it is biblical. And Raziel, also Raziel, all the words that end in L meaning like I am. It's a word for God in the Bible. Um so Metatron, let's see, I can maybe take you to the artwork. Let's see, I have to unplug this though. So somewhere up here, because I have it written in Hebrew too. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, it'll come out backwards. Sorry about that. So in the world of Bria, and Bria would be the world of the mind, of thoughts. Metatron is the archangel that represents Keter, the crown. And that's so another word for that world, Bria, is the world of creation. So it is um the world, yeah, of ideas, where ideas begin. And Metatron is yeah, the guiding force and all that. He's he's it is a androgynous being still, but very important, very important. I don't know if that explains enough. And let me find Raziel on here too. Gabriel Sandalfon. Raziel instead is let's see, Kochma is the archangel of Kochma, which is still in the upper triad of that same world, Bria, or in other words, the world of creation. And Raziel is known as the secret of all, or in other words, it's like saying God is my mystery. There you go. And that's kind of the energy that Raziel represents, which in Kabbalistic words would be Kokma in the world of Bria, which is the world of creation, which is the world of mind, where ideas are created. Is that helpful? I hope.
I hope so. What do you think, Buddha? Was that any questions that you want to add on to that? Where do we leave off on our
We are
chaotic
now
journey?
I'm so glad you asked, because we've done 1 and 2, and we're at the beginning of number 3. So we've done truth is different for everyone. Nope, just one truth, sorry. Number 2, each one must sin Can't be really done. That's like, could get more caught up in the world of illusion than that, because if sin is a lack of love and everyone must be a lack of love, then you're really like in the thick of it.
And everyone is guilty.
Yeah, that's right. Feel it. Get the shame. Go for it.
I've heard people say, not me. I don't have that guilt. I haven't done
Oh,
anything wrong.
right.
But and I know they believe that, but it is such an inherent quality to life. It's inescapable. You and I talked about this a few weeks ago. The first thing that happens when you're born, or used to, is you're smacked
That's
for
right.
some reason. You know what I
Right.
mean? You must have done
Right.
something to deserve that, right? And all of us have had those feelings of I must have done something. I think all of us have thought or said that. Well, I must have
Well,
done something to deserve this.
right. And even if it's not us, like if people say, "Oh, I don't feel guilt," okay, but do you ever see guilt anywhere else?
Right.
Like Ted Bundy, or Donald Trump, or Gaza? Do you ever see Hitler? I don't know. Did you ever see guilt anywhere?
If you
Well,
see
if
it,
you do,
where
join the club.
right? If you see it, where does it come from?
Right.
You can't see something that is not in the mind.
Yeah. No,
Um,
so we do project lacks of love
right.
sometimes. Not, even with the best of intentions, perhaps, and because we're all learning, we're all like finding out and discovering and growing and evolving, hopefully, on good days.
I hope so. Because that's the whole lesson here is this uh, world uh, is to see through the guilt. It's not true.
Didn't really happen.
And if you're in a body, if you're still in a body, uh, then you are still in the world of guilt.
Still here.
Double checking. I think in order to double check, you need someone else to poke you in the nose.
I felt it. It seemed real. Okay. Do you want
Um,
me to get to number 3?
Number 3.
Number 3 is a little bit more twisted. The belief that if God cannot be mistaken, he must accept his son's belief in what he is and hate him for it. Do you want me to run that by once again?
Once again,
All right.
third law.
Number 3 in the laws of chaos. Number 1, truth is different for everyone. Number 2, each one must sin. Number 3 is the belief that if God cannot be mistaken, God can't be mistaken because it's truth, right? Love, truth. Okay, so if God cannot be mistaken, he must accept his son's belief in what he is and hate him for it. So that, if you let me unpack a little bit, sounds like the law of chaos is our tendency to, and we've talked about this before, to project onto God, our fears and our, guilt and shame and whatnot. Like, to not accept that we are forgiven, like what we are perceiving must be real,
We
and
have we have a God of our own miscreation.
yep,
We have a God of chaos.
yep,
Um, who would who has an ass?
right,
Uh, if God is real, why would he do this?
right, right. And just to make matters worse, not only do we have a God of our own miscreation, but added to that, we have the tendency to idolize,
Right.
you know, that God of our miscreation.
I know how much you appreciate language. So I thought I would share. Whenever I hear someone say, and to make matters worse, I want to stop them right there and say, let's not. it's
Please
it's
hold
it's
on,
pretty
hold on.
it's pretty bad.
Right.
as as it is right now.
Right.
Do we really want to go down this road together?
Exactly.
If you decide to go down the road on your own, I will pack you a lunch.
Right.
I'll pat you on the
Right.
back. I'll wish you luck. I'll be here to welcome you when you get back.
Mm, mm,
But
mm,
let's not make matters worse together.
right. 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 We'll agree to disagree.
um, so yeah, the god of sickness.
Uh, if God cannot be mistaken and God cannot be mistaken, he must accept his son's belief. No, God does not have to accept our belief in what we are and hate us for it. He doesn't. It doesn't. God does not have to do that. He does not have to accept our misguided beliefs. So that's number 3.
Before we go on to 4,
Mm-hmm.
Tiger King says, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel guilty for your actions and you
Mm-hmm.
can't take it back, how do you reflect on it in the future?
How do you what?
How do you reflect on it in the future?
All right. So you did something not good. You don't feel good about it. You feel guilty about it. And it's perfectly fine to say to yourself, or to spirit, and say, I don't feel good right now. I feel guilty. This doesn't sit right with me. I don't have a good picture of this. And could I please have a better picture? Is there a better way to see this?
Right. So we're talking about forgiveness.
Yeah.
You know, we always think of forgiveness, even though you and I have been talking about this forever. We still get
Forever.
caught in the uh, forgiveness as bestowing something, and if we feel guilty, then we certainly don't always feel like we deserve forgiveness. If I'm guilty of something, then I shouldn't be forgiven. Although that's the one thing I probably want more than anything. Um,
Actually, if you're feeling guilty, it could be a good sign that, well, at least you didn't project that guilt onto somebody else. It isn't perfect. It isn't better that it's you than rejected at all. It's still important to recognize that we don't like the feeling of guilt, but it's not what we want to highlight. It's more about, oh, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be an alternative that is
right,
helpful. So yeah, I think the thing to do is ask for correction.
agreed. Forgiveness. Well, guilt doesn't serve anything other than, at its best, providing us an opportunity to ask for that better way.
Yeah,
When Same with any other trigger that comes up. The only purpose of any trigger is for us to ask for the miracle, for a
not
better way.
any trigger. Not my invisible dog trigger. My invisible
No.
dog trigger
Well,
is outside of this trigger box that you're
well,
talking about.
the fact that it is your imaginary dog means
Mhm.
that he's actually real in the realm of creation and imagination. So he stands outside uh, the chaos as a mighty companion for you. He's here. He's a, we could say, triggers an aspect of a Holy Spirit here for your um, love.
Yeah,
How's that?
he's like my seeing and hearing. He's like my perceiving, hearing eye dog. When you have dogs for the blind or dogs for hearing as hearing aids too. He's Trigger, my dog, is just like my perceptual aid. He's also my excuse for, going out for walks on lockdown. I can just convince people that I'm crazy. I'm not just illegal. I'm actually nutballs, as
So, how
people
much
would
convincing did it take?
say. What?
How much convincing did it take to get for you to convince people that you're crazy?
Oh, um, I think that's kind of a trick question in the sense that I wouldn't have to convince people that I'm crazy if I hadn't had to convince myself. Um, and I had to learn the hard way that the truly crazy people, I mean, the people who really are nutballs, they never think they are. That's part of their being nutballs, part of the craziness. Yeah. I don't know if I said something wrong. It's like, you looked at me like, don't say
Um,
that.
there's a little thing with the second law. You know, the
Mm,
the second law we were saying boils down to everyone is guilty.
yep.
But here's the reality that's being offered, and this will be uh, often to Tiger King. Sin is merely a mistake to be corrected, not a crime to be punished. In truth, you remain exactly as God created you, completely innocent. So, if you're feeling guilty about something, it means that you're believing uh, that you did something more than a mistake. A mistake is easily corrected, and we
That's
can
right.
ask for that correction. We can
Yep.
ask if you don't believe. And I know Tiger King uh, is not a big. He's on the fence about God,
Oh, that's
but
okay.
yeah. But I think that we, even if we're on the fence about God, we can all say that there is something higher within us, our best angel, our
Hmm.
highest intuition, our best. We could say the best version of ourselves.
Yep.
Ask that. If you have a hard time connecting with God, and I don't blame anyone for having a hard time, because it can be hard sometimes. Um, but ask for your highest version of yourself to simply translate that guilt into made a mistake, and now I
Yeah.
ask for a correction.
Yeah.
How do I live my
It
life?
certainly doesn't, it doesn't have to be God. It doesn't have to be, you could say it to the universe.
Right?
You could
Yeah.
ask the universe, what is a better way? Is there a better way? What, if there's a
Right.
better way, what is it? You know? Yeah.
Have you ever read Spinoza's God, or yeah, read about Spinoza's God?
I've read about Spinoza. I don't know if I've read something by Spinoza, but it would have been ages ago. I mean, it would have been like 25 years ago. So it's
Um,
not popping up anything.
Let me read real quick. This is when Albert Einstein was asked, um, "Do you believe in God?" And he said he believed in Spinoza's God.
Oh, okay.
Give me
See,
one second.
I think God is love, and that's like totally crazy. I mean, you asked me if I was crazy. It's like, yeah, it could be crazier than that.
One second.
Spinoza's God.
Um, so to understand Spinoza's God, you have to throw out almost every traditional Western concept of the divine. Spinoza does not give us a personalized bearded king sitting in judgment on a throne, nor does he give us a creator who exists outside of creation. What does that sound like?
He doesn't give us a creator outside of creation. I don't know what that sounds like. You tell me.
It sounds like Course in Miracles.
Okay, so far so good.
He doesn't give us a creator who exists outside of
Himself or
yes
ourselves, and
or
unseparated in a
right.
separate form. Right. Okay.
So um, we think of this has been created, and now that it's been created, that God sits on a throne viewing His creation instead of realizing that there is what God creates is the only reality, and it stays not separate from God. That um, ideas and ideas leave not their source,
True.
and we are ideas in the mind of God.
Yep.
So this is where we sit, right
Yep.
in the kingdom.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um,
Which is, and that's another idea that I just adore. That it's really easy for us to think of the of God as an idea. Like God is something, we can either take it or leave it or have it or believe it or reject it or whatever. So it's easy for us to think of God that way. It's less easy for us to think of ourselves as ideas of God.
Nice. So Spinoza said, God is everything that exists, the ultimate, infinite, and single substance of reality. He captured this in his most famous phrase, Deus sive natura. How's that for really
Dues?
bad? Deus.
Dues, yeah. All right.
Sive.
Sive. Okay. Deus sive.
N
God
A
is
yep. Natura.
God is nature.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I love it.
And uh, one of the things is extension and thought. If God is everything, how do we experience the world? Spinoza said, well, God has infinite dimensions, attributes. This sounds sort of Kabbalistic,
It
almost.
does.
Human beings can only perceive two of them. We perceive extension, the physical world of matter, space, energy, and bodies, and thought, the mental world of ideas, consciousness, and minds.
There's actually three. There's also energy, frequency. I mean, I just would add, I'm fine with going with material and psych idea and energy. Yeah, vibration.
Spinoza's God also has no personality, no will, no purpose. He has no desires, need, or purposes, because to desire something means you lack it, and an infinite God lacks nothing. Does not get angry, jealous, or proud. Does not answer prayers or alter the laws of physics to perform magic miracles.
Well, yeah.
Do you believe in a do you believe in an intervening God?
Ah,
Because the course would say that would make the illusion real.
um, I would frame that a little bit differently. I would say that there's both revealed and unrevealed, and um and uh, both things, both what is revealed and what is unrevealed, are have an effect. That
Right.
are have interplay in what's going on.
I'm going to take a moment to intervene real quick. That Tiger King says, I just feel guilty that sniper for one reason, because Eric had my back for a long, long time. I then asked him to unmod me. Eric asked me to leave. I just carried on now. Ask him to leave it alone. And he carried on, and now I feel guilty. So, guilt would only compound uh, the issue. So,
Yeah, can I
let's,
say something here? I'm going to intervene. And Tiger King, I can absolutely assure you 100% that the very last thing Eric is, desiring of is your guilt. No interest whatsoever.
yeah. I don't think I can absolve anyone of guilt. Because guilt does not, the guilt that Tiger King feels doesn't exist in me. So how can I absolve it? But what I can do is offer an assurance that, as you said,
Innocence. Just
innocence.
go with the innocence.
Right.
Can I make a criticism of you, Eric? Are you ready?
We're not we're not going to bring up the old man and the bald thing again, are we?
No, it's much worse than
Okay.
that. You
Wow.
make you you make a really bad repentant whore.
You need to unpack that for me.
No. Because no, I've been one of the biblical characters, mostly from the Gnostic Gospels, Chipmunk will totally be familiar with her, is and you probably as well, is Mary Magdalene. No, and so in the Catholic Church, that's what she is. She's like a repentant whore. No, that's what they treated her like until 1960 or something, and they said, "Oops, no, she really wasn't a repentant whore. She was, kind of cool." But, yeah, she was apostle of the apostles. There you go. They changed her title from a repentant whore to apostle of the apostles. So she had this huge leap, as many of us did in the 1960s. Anyway, when you were speaking out with Tiger King right now, and it was just like, well, I feel guilty, and that's good, and it's good that you said it, and it's good that you get it out there, but I really don't think it's like, Eric's shtick. He's not like guilt. I don't think like guilt induction is like your favorite flavor of um
No.
problems. I mean, there's already a lot of problems, like throwing in, guilt into the mix. So that whole thing is called being repentant, to say, oh, I was bad. I was this, I was that, and I'm really sorry, and I fucked up, and yada yada yada, and like that's gonna like no, you're already good, Tiger King. You're already better. Nobody's got to do that.
Right. Anything, um, anything that needs to be worked out is my own feelings that need to be worked out. And I am fully capable of doing that.
Right.
For
That's why I said you just weren't very good at being a repentant whore. Does
right.
that sound better now? Do you understand it? Did I explain
It
it,
does
unpack
sound
it
better,
a little
but
bit?
now you've given me a goal to get better. you you put something before me. You
So
know
you
that
got
I
something
have.
to work towards now?
You know I have a little bit of a drive, a little bit of a.
Are you gonna go towards being a repentant whore first and then be apostle to the apostles, or are you just gonna like bypass?
I haven't figured it out yet. I need to draw up a
Okay.
plan, and it needs to be. I like achievable goals,
Hmm.
so I set these little stages,
Hmm.
and then I eventually reach the top to be the very best, and
All
that's
right.
the goal. But I do agree with you that, uh, again, any issue is my issue. I work through it. Um, Tiger King, I had your back for a reason. Believe it or not, when I was telling you I didn't want to unmod you, it's because I still had your back, because I know eventually the people who had it in for Tiger King are going to see that he's without that, and they are going to hit that button and he'll be gone.
Yeah.
Because it's happened before, and that's the agenda that's in place. So I had asked for him to stay mod so we don't have to keep doing this over and
Right.
over again.
It's like there's a way out of the house of mirrors.
Right.
Yeah. You just don't
Um,
go into the house of
right.
mirrors to begin with. This may be the best thing.
And there's nothing special about being a mod. It's just a helpful way. We have a few top mods that uh, help keep things in order.
Do you know what my favorite part of being a mod is? My favorite part of being a mod is that when somebody bothers to write your name whole, it shines up in a yellow banner. That's
No,
the part
right.
I like. It's the banner.
All about the. It's all about the. It's all about the glam.
Highlighter.
It's all about the bing.
I got highlighted. Woohoo!
Hammer says like his new page so his son knows he's doing good. I have liked it. I'm looking forward to some more, Hammer.
No.
Um,
No worries. No worries. Yeah.
Now, Phil, you are absolutely fine, my friend. Hey, our friend, uh, Caroline G. Did I get that right? Jean, watching from the Philippines. I appreciate that. If I've missed anyone, big shout out to Mr. Osgood. We are. Where are we?
We're almost at number 4. You just tell me when, and we'll go there.
Let's dive into number 4.
Number 4 it is. Okay. Just
This is important. This sums up
if anybody hasn't been taking notes, number 1 was truth is different for everyone. Not true. Number 2, each one must sin. Also not true. Number 3, the belief that if God cannot be mistaken, he must accept his son's belief, that's our belief, in what he is and hate us for it. Not true. So, number 4, very last one, of laws of chaos that don't exist, just like going to the pointless forest, is the belief you have what you have taken.
AI calls it the scarcity principle. We believe in scarcity. We believe that we got to get what we get while we can get it, because there's only so much to go around.
Yeah, it's kind of the opposite of what we were saying before. Of you want to keep something, give it away. That's how you keep it. So
right.
You want forgiveness, give away forgiveness. You want honesty, give away honesty. You want love, love. You know, um, that's how we keep things. We keep things by giving thing by giving away things, and that's how we keep them. And this is the flip of this, and it does kind of ask, I think, for the premise, or actually the memory in a certain way, or at least that willingness to remember that everything's been given. We didn't like it's all given to begin. It's not about our taking.
Right.
It's given.
Did you hear our friend Russell offer that twice? And I made a clip of him, and it did very, very well. Forgiving and forgetting. That we go through life. We could equate this with the fourth law of chaos. We go through life believing that everything is forgetting, and grab and grab. There's a finite amount, and get yours before we run out. And the world certainly does reflect that. There's only so much oil to go around. There's only so much gold to go around. There's only so much food to go around. There's only so much water to go around. And we need to petition it off. And this is ours. And you don't take it. If you take it, we're going to go to war.
Yeah. It's a very, very, very common misconception about that materialism is all there is. And it kind of came about in an interesting way, that in some schools call it Araman. Like in the Steiner schools, they would have called that Araman. But it came about kind of as a counter response to like religious abuses and spiritualism and stuff. Like, no, it's all science. It's all like we can know. I give something to you and then I have one less. And it's ascribing all of life to materialism, and it's just not so. That's all. I mean, you can look at it that way. Anybody can look at it that way, but it's like an incomplete picture. Really incomplete picture. It's also kind of negating or denying the existence of love. It's like saying love
Yep.
isn't, because it's invisible, or because, it's like give and take, it's all about back scratching or something. It's like, no.
Um, and that is, and we approach it that way. That's what Russell was saying about for getting, grasping. But the Course says, the Holy Spirit says, Jesus says that no, we are supposed to go through life forgiving,
Hmm.
forgiving. Because as you pointed out several times in this conversation, uh, forgiving is for receiving,
Well, for keeping. It's
for
like,
keeping.
yeah, for keeping. It's for keeping it real too. you know.
Um, so that was the fourth.
That's it.
To
That's it
have
for
the
laws of chaos. Loves.
that is
Oh, Buddha's talking about the ads throwing them off. Now that has happened to me too. You're right on the cusp of they're just about to say something that's really cool or interesting, and an ad comes up. I
right.
always wonder if they do that on purpose. Yeah.
Thank you for going through the laws of chaos. I want to make sure to point out because we talked about some pretty harrowing things. Some laws of chaos do not paint a pretty picture. But as you started out the whole conversation, none of it is real. That these are the laws of the world of our perception, but it's not the laws of reality itself. Because as you were talking about, the only reality is love. And
Yeah.
there's only one law and love,
Yeah,
and it's love.
the only reason we'd even look at these laws of chaos would be to let them go. There's no other, there's nothing more to them than that. It's like dust. It's like getting a dust bunny in a dustpan. Why? Because,
Right.
it's dust and it goes in the dustpan to not have the dust bunny on the floor. There you go.
Explain that principle again for dust bunnies. I've been doing it all wrong.
I
You
think
can have an
I
imaginary
think
dog.
I think your chat, the people in your chat, I think they understand the dust bunny analogy. I do.
Um, See, I was thinking dust. I like bunnies of all sorts.
Yeah.
I have a hard time rounding up my dust bunnies.
Hmm.
You know, it's between me and my cats.
Hmm.
So
There's a word now. Let me see if I can remember the word. It's like one of those like mega big words. What is it? It is. It's a word like kaleidoscope, and I'm I'm mixing it up with kaleidoscope because it's got a lot of the same vowels.
Serlina Lab
Uh,
Italian night cream is on a.
speaking of ads, I
yes.
just had one pop up.
I can't remember the word. It's a beautiful word though, and the word is describes that ability to look at something like dust and go, "Oh, that looks like a bunny," or to look at a cloud. Did you see the alligator? Or, to see a face in the bark of a tree, or, when you see something in something else. No, there's a name for that ability, and it's not that word is not coming to me. Pareidolia. That's the word. Pareidolia.
Manifestor
Pareidolia.
thought it might be something else. Wessa thinks that dust bunnies are highly aggressive.
They are. Yeah, they are. But that word pareidolia is really interesting. What's interesting about pareidolia, and this kind of ties into our laws of chaos, and excuse it, excuse me if I sound like I'm going like off on a tangent, but I'll come around. The funny thing about pareidolia is that not everybody has it. Not every you'd think that that was a perceptual phenomena that that everybody has, but they don't. Can you imagine there are people who've never seen an eye in a tree bark, or people who've never seen, an alligator in the clouds, or an elephant in the clouds, or people who have never seen a bunny in a pile of dust.
I
Just
have
doesn't
seen
happen.
I have seen a Jimi Hendrix concert in a piece of wooden paneling, but I won't tell you. I will not tell you what brought these circumstances into play. But I think people could probably guess.
Okay, I was a little bit worried there because I was thought you were gonna say Jesus Christ, space on toast, or
And a tortilla
Elvis in your freezer or something.
and a scrambled eggs. Nope, it was an actual Jimi Hendrix concert. While staring at wooden paneling, in my basement. Um,
Okay.
and but it was brought on due to um, uh,
So,
effects
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Right. It wasn't like I was just staring. I
right,
I
right,
brought this on.
right.
So we covered the 4 laws of chaos. I think now this is what everyone's been waiting for. It's
Hmm.
time to bring out the big bowl.
The big bowl. I thought to myself, it occurred to me today that during one of these visits we could just do the whole bowl and not do anything else, and it would still be the Course in Miracles.
Right.
Does anybody really even want an imperative? Probably not. uh Manifestors making me laugh. Something like that, something like that.
Hey, Hamlada, how are you? Manifested does. He says, me first and deep, deep, deep.
Deep, deep, deep it is. Deep, deep. I'll go as deep as this can be. You can even see, I'll even
Snipe.
hold the bowl up so you can see how deep I'm going into the deep, into the depths. Okay. I can't go any deeper than that. It's like it. Okay. Deep, 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 deep. Mana, mana. Boop, 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 boop. Mana, mana. Boop, boop, boop. Mana, mana. Boop, 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 boop. Mana, mana, mana. This is a good one. Your imperative, manifester says, remember that you who are part of the kingdom cannot be lost. How beautiful is that?
If you knew that on the deepest core,
Right.
guilt would be impossible.
Yeah.
I don't know if Tiger King is still here, but if you want to read that once more, that was for Manifester. But
Yeah.
if Tiger King listened to this,
Hmm. I was just going to add in that this thing with the kingdom today is this whole week is they're talking in the counting of the Elmer. This whole week is about the kingdom. That's what this week is about. And it says, remember that you who are part of the kingdom cannot be lost. You can think you are, you can believe you are, you can feel what you think and believe, but it just ain't real sometimes.
thank you, Toy Pups.
Toy Pups is here. Hello, love.
Sniper 1-1 and Adam 1-1.
Okay. Chipmunk. You get a left-handed deep dive.
So we're definitely making progress because I can see your hand in the deep dive. There was a time when we dove in and we couldn't see your hand.
That's great. That's great. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Before you read that, by the way, Toy Pups wants one as
Okay.
well, and she says, "Hair Flipper, Ms.Blipper, me too. I'd love to read." please.
Okay. We'll do Flipper the Blipper. All right. This one was my left-handed deep dive for Chipmunk, who you other people know as Sniper. And it says, keep not guilt and guiltlessness apart, for your belief that you can have them both is meaningless. So that's really a kind of a cool one, and it's like referring to our tendency to try to actualize a split mind. So have no two minds about it. So guiltlessness and guilt, don't put them on different sides. For your belief that you can have them both is meaningless. True, you can only have guiltlessness. You can only have guiltlessness. That's
Right.
the only one that can really exist. The other ones, like Manifester kind of said the other about something else. You can feel things and believe things and think that they're real, and you can go there, but it doesn't make them real.
Right.
It doesn't make them exist.
And in the absence of guilt, which is reality, there's not even such a thing as guiltlessness, because
Right.
in the absence of a concept, what do we have?
True. I'm only getting out of Kleenex. I'm not giving up. I'm just feeling like a sneeze might come along, and a sneeze might come along, and I don't want to make ugly. Yeah.
Toy Pups wants to know if you flat ironed your hair.
Absolutely not. The problem with my hair, which is kind of interesting, is that my hair is so fine that if you put it under a microscope, it doesn't have a tube in the inside. Like, if I roll my hair up in rollers wet and sleep like that for 2 days with, having put wet hair in rollers and sprayed it, and then I unrolled it, it would still come out this way. That's how there's no tube.
Buddha wants one too. So we have
right.
Adam, Toy
Adam's in
Pups,
line,
and Buddha.
and then Toy Pups, and then Buddha. Okay.
Yep.
This one is going for Adam.
Tiger King wants one too.
Oh, beautiful. Adam in the garden. I kind of want to know more about this garden business he's working on. Adam.
Reminds me of a Van Morrison song, In the Garden. Beautiful song.
Yeah, I like the REM song Gardening at Night too, I must say. This is a big fat one. It says, because there's 2 of them on here. It says, accept the miracle of healing, and it will go forth because of what it is. So that's one. Accept the miracle of healing, accept the miracle of healing, and it will go forth because of what it is. And then it says, accept the dream God gave instead of yours. Rest in the Holy Spirit and allow His gentle dreams to take the place of those you dreamed in terror and in fear of death.
It's a big one.
It is. There are actually 1, 2, 3, 4 imperatives on one sheet of paper.
For the price of one. That's a pretty
right.
big bargain.
I know. It was a special.
That's like the Costco of imperative.
Yeah, I'm feeling terrible that I did such a lousy splicing job. Yeah. But,
Todd says she has to be the best guest to have. I love the fishbowl.
Oh, that's sweet. The fishbowl. The fishbowl is like been the fishbowl for quite a while now. Yeah. So so that was Adam. We're on Toy Pups, aren't we?
Toy Pups, Buddha, and Tiger King. Todd, did you want one too?
Toy Pups, love. You get some bell too, Toy Pups. All right. Toy Pups. Nonsense. I'm doing a better job this week of not spilling them out on the floor. Talent. Okay. Toy Pups, it says, remember in this world you need not have tribulation because I have overcome the world. That is why you are deprived of nothing except by your own decisions. Then decide otherwise.
Should point out that this is the voice of Christ saying that I have a voice of Jesus, I have overcome the world. As a demonstration, Jesus didn't do anything that he does not fully expect us to be capable of doing. Jesus overcame the world, demonstrated it, showed it, and then said to all of us, follow me. We've done a fairly miserable job of following him in the last few thousand plus years. But I think that's because we didn't know we were supposed to. We weren't taught. We weren't taught to. Would imagine if we, the great line in A Course in Miracles, and Richard Smalley actually wrote a title of his book, Universal Theology. A universal theology is impossible, but a universal experience not only is, it's required.
It's necessary. Yeah.
Imagine if we taught a universal experience, the means to achieve a universal experience, then we would all be living awakened life. So we would all know that our job is to overcome the world as well, and that we are capable of that. We are literally following the path of Jesus.
Right. If we return to what we were talking about before, and that kind of illusion or that misbelief of materialism, thinking that everything is material and there's nothing else but material, and then, as I said, that would imply the leaving out of love, like making love not existent, because where is love in existence? How do you there's a song about it, because how can you explain a look or a touch? How can you weigh a feeling? Love is real, but again, the message of Jesus, and above all Jesus and the crucifixion, he was like trying to teach a lesson in love. It's like, you cannot destroy love. You can get rid of this body, you can crucify me, and they did, but that wasn't the message uh, of the crucifixion. The message was, you can't destroy love. Teach
Right.
only love.
Yeah.
But that's not where people went with it. They went into sin. They went into guilt. Culpa mea, culpa mea. No, they certainly didn't. Eh, First and foremost, even myself, I really did not, interpret that whole kind of scenario necessarily as that was what Jesus was communicating. But no, I think I do believe that was what he was communicating.
Me too. Before we go on to the next, let me say a big hi to Shelley. Dress sweet. Hello, my friend. How are you? Thanks for being here. We are reading imperatives, and I believe Buddha is next.
All right.
And then
Okay.
Tiger King, and then Anna, and then Todd.
That's right. You keep the list going, and I'll just concentrate on the reaching my hand in the fishbowl. So this one is for Buddha.
This is for Buddha.
Uh-oh. Buddha, it got messy and yours fell out on the floor, so I'm going with that one. Gosh, we've gotten a lot of remember ones today. Buddha, it says, remember always that mind is one and cause is one. And how much do I love that? Wow. Remember always that mind is one and cause is one. And that's what I was talking about earlier with the truth. It was in our laws of chaos, that first law of chaos. There you go. That the truth is many. No, it's just one.
Simplified.
Yeah.
The course isn't the course is in and of itself not complicated.
Mm. Mm-hmm. No, it isn't. It isn't. But it does take some attention.
Right. It does. It does. If you could, before we go on to Tiger King, who has a special request for you, by the way.
Okay.
If you were to offer a course light, if you wanted to bring the course down to just something really simple that someone could do, and they don't have to really know or understand any of the metaphysics.
Okay.
But if you were to say,
I'm ready.
Just do this, and you will, if you do it long enough, you'll wake up. You will be in heaven. You will know yourself as one with God.
You ready?
Yep.
Be a love finder, not a fault finder.
There you go. I've been digging into the vault for making clips, and I've been digging into some of our conversations. And man, you are an untapped gold mine for making YouTube.
It's like, hey, Blip, just narrow it down, would you? Right.
That was perfect. There you go.
Be a love finder, not a fault finder.
Yep. You know what? Meditation is wonderful and valuable. Breath work is really cool because it keeps us calm, keeps us collected. Yoga postures are awesome. They calm the central nervous system. And 365 lessons of A Course in Miracles will do wonders for our lives, for how to navigate through life. But there it is in one sentence, or was that two sentences? That was one sentence with a comma.
No, it's just one sentence with a comma, yeah.
So guys, there you are, right off the bat. Of course, now the sales for A Course in Miracles are going to plummet because of Ms.Blipper. Well, I don't need to buy that. I'm going to lose all subscribers. Well, now I know the secret. I don't have to show up here and listen to Yogi talk for an hour every day.
What I like about that, what was the word, that very succinct description, was that it is, for one, it's an imperative. Like, wouldn't you know that I spewed an imperative of my own? And two, that it works in both directions in the fun house being the house of mirrors, meaning the instruction to be a love finder and not a fault finder, you can turn that around to look at yourself too. Like, me looking at myself, telling myself to find love in myself, or to not find fault in myself, as well as outside of myself, both interiorly and exteriorly. There you go.
So we are on to Tiger King, who wants the Sesame Street Strong song as you reach in.
Bless your heart, Tiger King. Bless your heart. No one has ever asked for me to sing before, ever. Okay. Mana, boop, boop, ba-doo, boop. Mana, boop, ba-doo, boop. Mana, boop, boop, ba-doo, boop, ba-doo, boop, ba-doo, 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 boop, ba-doo, boop.
Here we go. Are we sticking with Phenomena? There was a little bit of debate going on between Phenomena and Phenomena.
No, it was always Mana, but I got on to Mana from Chipmunk saying phenomenon. No, and they're like, it's not phenomenon, it's Mana.
Gotcha. Okay, just want to make sure that we're correct.
Yeah, okay. Tiger King, Mana. Remember, it does not matter where in the sunship he is accepted. How's them for cookies?
We'll see.
Who's next? First, we got the bomb, and that was good because we love peace and brotherhood.
Anna is next, and then Todd.
Okay.
And then I believe we are caught up.
Anna by 15. Bless her heart.
Oh, we made a technical error, by the way.
Uh-oh.
Sniper pointed it out. Tiger King wanted the Sesame Street song, and he said that's not Sesame Street. That was the Muppets.
The Muppets are in Sesame Street. Excuse me?
That's the most serious I've ever seen you look. Ever.
Right.
It was almost threatening. It was almost threatening.
Are you telling me the Muppets weren't on Sesame Street? I mean, come on. That's like saying Leonardo DiCaprio.
After seeing how serious you got, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to argue with you ever again. That was a school teacher look. That was every nun that's ever looked at me through grade school, right there. You literally, pardon me?
Right. And what is Chipmunk? Did he come up with that, or was that Tiger King who was saying it was the Muppets? Okay. Here we go. Annabelle Love. It says, be not made guilty and afraid when you're tempted by a dream of what he is. Be not made guilty and afraid when you are tempted by a dream of what he is. I like that. I like it so much I almost feel like it's for me as well as you. I'm sure it is.
You know what? Knowing Anna, she would share it with you.
Yeah. Be not made guilty and afraid when you're tempted by a dream of what he is. Okay.
Our friend Todd is next. I don't know if hey, Shelly, did you want an imperative, my friend?
Oh no. Chipmunk's giving us the lowdown. The main cast of the Muppet Show, like Miss Piggy, Fonzie Bear, and Gonzo, did not include the Sesame Street characters. Oh, so what's his face? What's the guy? What's the one, the blue Oscar in the trash can? He wasn't there. Okay.
He was on Sesame Street.
Yeah, Bert and Ernie weren't there. Oscar wasn't there. What about the Cookie Monster? Where was he? Okay.
We got to take sides.
Big Bird. Big Bird.
I heard that there were actually two warring gangs, and it was literally a bloodfest.
Probably, yeah, because humans, if we feel the feelings we feel about the necessity for being divided and separated, how are we not going to project that onto the Muppets?
True. And if you've ever seen a big yellow bird run amok, you know how you know how frightening that can be. I would not mess with Big Bird for sure. Speaking of which, that's the same thing Hammer said. That I would not mess with Ms.Blipper.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kermit famously appeared in both, and they made
There you
occasional
have it.
cameos. So
So
easy mistake.
so Kermit was a bigamist.
Wow. Ms.Blipper calls him. She's calling shots down the
Calling
middle,
out,
man.
man. Calling out Kermit.
So we have Todd next, and Lady Sky asked for one too. I don't know if our friend Shelly would like one or
Okay.
not. No. Yep. Shelly says, "Can you pick one for me?" Yep. So Shelly too. So we have 3 more.
All right. So who's going now?
This is for Todd.
Todd. Here we go. Into the fishbowl.
And Anna is sharing, by the way. She's sharing her imperative with you.
Aw, thank you, dear. Thank you, dear. I found it so comforting, that message. And you're sharing it. Todd. It says, let us then join quickly in an instant of light, and it will be enough to remind you that your goal is light. I love that. Weren't you talking about the light this week, or did I dream that up?
Nope. I wrote about the light this morning.
Oh.
Give me real quick, and I can attempt to read it if I can find it. Short. I've been trying to concentrate on some shorter stuff. Did 2 little quotes from the course too. And I was talking about meditation on the light. An undercurrent of light. It's become my first note in a song of forgiveness, a means of bearing light and extending it towards others, an easy remembering of what the Holy Spirit would have me do in every situation. Lesson 46 of the Course in Miracles is a quick return to sanity as well. It's a long form, as well as a long form meditation that's meant to transform my experience of life. God is love in which I forgive. And this simple phrase brings me to the undercurrent of light existing as my own true instrument of pure creation. It's my most meaningful prayer, a sense of peace that heals a fractured mind. This is an easy visualization from my heart to yours. It's starting as no more than a tiniest spark, expanding the small flame, adding fuel by fuel-loving thoughts, and there comes a sudden revelation that light is all there is. How every shadow is an illusion, and that the real world has been hidden beneath my own heavy cloak of darkness. I am ready to heal the world, to reveal that undercurrent of light as our true existence, and it starts with that tiniest flicker holding steady in my heart. Yes,
so beautiful.
God is the light, God is the love in which I forgive. And from here, a most brilliant light expands. So yeah, that was expanded. That was inspired a lot by your thoughts on Kabbalah. So
Yeah, light is light is, for me, light is perhaps, it's certainly one of my preferred metaphors. Yeah.
Right. Did we read Todd's yet?
Wasn't that what I just read? I thought. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That was what I
Then
read.
we have Lady Sky next, and then we have Shelly, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Lady Sky, love. Lady Sky. It says, let all this madness be undone for you, and turn peace to the remembrance of God, still shining in your quiet mind. Why would you fill your world with conflicts with yourself? So this comes to so many things that we've been talking about. Let all this madness be undone for you. You don't even have to undo it yourself. just let it be undone. Let it be corrected. And turn peace to the remembrance of God. So, remembering love, that's where you bring peace. And it's still shining in your quiet mind. That light, that love. There you go.
I like it.
I mean,
that was for you, Lady Sky. Emma says Yogi Big Bird is hitchhiking and Waylon Jennings picks him up. It was in a movie.
Say that again, Waylon Jennings. What?
Big Bird was hitchhiking. I think Hammer just blew your mind.
Okay. I'm like, wait, bing, bang, bong. Okay.
Yep. Big Bird was hitchhiking and Waylon Jennings picked him up.
Okay. That's a joke?
No, it was in a movie.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like one of those chicken jokes. It's like, why'd the punk rocker cross the road?
Why?
He was stapled to a chicken.
I've heard that joke, but it was told a different way. I will tell you. I'll tell you in private sometime. I'll tell you next week backstage.
Okay.
So
right.
we have Shelly for the close. Shelly for the close. Right. Unless I've missed anyone, and if I have, let me know.
Shelly swimming.
Oh, the name of that movie was called Follow That Bird. It's a Big Bird movie. It's for kids.
All right. Never saw it. Sorry. You know who my first crush in life with? In my life, my first crush. This is a true story, and I'm going into the confession booth with all of you. This is
Oscar the Grouch.
My very first crush in life was with Dancing Bear on Captain Kangaroo. I just thought Dancing Bear was the greatest.
Well, no, my very first crush that I can recall, Elizabeth Montgomery. He works. Well, I did not expect that reaction.
It's so 50s, man. She's such like the 60s. Okay, 60s. Samantha.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, her last season, she rebelled. She didn't wear a bra for the entire last season, as it was sort of a disdain for the role that she was playing because she wanted out of her contract. She was divorcing her husband, who was producer of the show, creator and producer, and she wanted to support the women's lib movement that was burgeoning.
Yeah, it was like bra burning time. Yeah.
Right. So that's not why I had a crush on him, but
no, I know it was all about her, like ding, 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 ding. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just impressed. I wouldn't have guessed. I would have thought Dream of Jeannie was like more your alley, but no. Okay.
It was Elizabeth Montgomery. And it's a little bit of Betty action from the Flintstones going on there too.
I'm so glad you mentioned that. I am so happy you told me that because we can all of us decide in the chat room included that I have a friend who actually categorizes all people in life. Okay, all of them are either Freds or Barneys or Bettys or Wilmas, and every once in a while you get like a Bam Bam or a Pebbles or a Dino, but that's it. We're all Flintstones characters. Doesn't go beyond that. So you've just shown me the truth that you are more of a Barney than you are a Fred. Okay.
Hammer's second crush was Eartha Kitt.
Wow, very cool.
Yep.
Very cool.
Hammer. Oh, his first was Betty Davis all day.
I'm loving this first crush convo.
Adam says that Yogi's a nose guy. It's all about the nose.
Who was Adam's first crush?
Good question.
Yeah, the world wants to know.
I'm gonna guess it was a singer. Linda Ronstadt.
I'll bet it was like his first grade teacher or something.
Let's see. Shelley, was that your first crush, Mr. Snuffleupagus? Because he was so peaceful.
Who was the one? What was the one that had that like puppet named Lamb Chop? That was way back. Way back when.
Yeah, I remember. I can't remember her name.
Neither.
His first crush was the Hee Haw ladies. Boy, he rounded them all up. It wasn't even an individual. All of them. Who's your favorite? All of them.
Right. All right. Yeah.
Oh, Sherry Shepherd. Shelley says that was Lamb Chop. Sherry Shepherd.
Okay. So nobody's like even gone to like Gilligan's Island women yet or anything. None of the youngins. I've got a very serious question. How did Ms.Blipper ever come up with the idea of the fishbowl? I would love to know that because that genius can ask her something or other. Couldn't read the last part. Can ask her, Eric, please. Okay. Eric, do you remember the origin story of the fishbowl?
I believe so.
Okay.
You were thinking of the imperatives, a favorite word for you, and how the course is filled with imperatives. Do this.
So many people come around and say, oh, it's really, it's simple. It's not difficult. It's not telling you what to do or think or believe or behave or, it's not dogmatic or any of these things. And I was like, this thing is like chock full of like instructions. No, chock full. So much stuff to, retain that because I don't really feel like I'm the best. I don't have like a photographic memory at all, and I don't feel like I'm any sort of exceptional student whatsoever. That my tendency would just be to go be overwhelmed and like I can't possibly take all of this in. So I just made it into small bits, bite-sized pieces, little Tootsie Rolls.
Adam says, call Becky Painter from third grade. That was his first crush.
Becky
Painter from third grade.
Becky Painter?
From his third grade class. That was his first crush.
Ah, third grade class. Okay, third grade, Becky Painter.
Hammer says, does Ms.Blipper say what state she's in? She's in a state of deep denial that the world is real.
That's right. I am in the eternal city, man. That's the deep state of denial. I'm in the eternal city. Sto Roma, Italia. Da quando, da 88. So, quasi 40 anni. Almost 40 years I've been here.
Yeah. So, she's in Rome. I translated all of that to she's in Rome.
Mm-hmm.
We have one more imperative for Shelley.
All right.
This is wrapping it up.
Yep. The wrap. The Shelley wrap. I
had a crush on Cagney and Lacey, by the way. He couldn't make up his mind, so he's like, take them both. If Wassa can have all of the Hee Haw women, then Sniper can have Cagney and Lacey.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, I had a best friend, Liza, and so she and I went through a period of like, this is really embarrassing, going back and forth over like who was better, Starsky or Hutch.
Hutch. David's one. Look, his last name was David Soul, and he sang a song. It was a hit. Baby, baby, don't give up on me.
Okay,
I had the 45. I'm a Hutch man all the way. Speaking of crushes, if I'm not mistaken, Lady Sky just said she had a crush on Sanford and Son, and Toy Pups had a crush on Mr. Furley from Three's Company.
Wow.
Yep. And
Wow.
Shelley had a crush on the Jeffersons, all of them. Hey,
wow.
you know what? If I was gonna put out a man crush, John Amos was the man. I love John Amos. Sadly passed away 2 or 3 years ago. He was the father in Good Times. He also played the older Kunta Kinte on Roots. There was a scene in Roots when he was a former football player.
Okay.
There was a scene when he was wearing a shirt with the sleeves cut off, and he was running, and his arms looked so huge. And I asked my dad. I was maybe came out in 1970. 76 or 77. I started working out in 76. I asked my dad, how did those arms ever get that big? And he said he did curls. And I was like, all right.
Changed your life. Wow.
I started doing curls. Yep. So John Amos, big inspiration. Tiger King's first crush was Jessica Rabbit, by the way.
Whose crush is
Tiger
Jessica? Tiger King, Jessica Rabbit. She's pretty hot, I must say. I get it. I get it. I can go there. She's very sexy for a cartoon, I must say.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're naming crushes anymore. I think they're naming just TV shows, unless Shelley really has a crush on the Addams Family.
Ooh, yeah. It's all that arm kissing. What was his name? Gomez. No.
Gomez. Yep, he's still alive.
I didn't like Gomez. I wasn't into Gomez, but I thought Lurch was very cool.
Were you more of a Addams Family or Munsters?
Addams Family.
Me too. Didn't care for the Munsters.
I don't. Yeah, I like Cousin It too on the Addams Family. I must say, Lurch and Cousin It. Yeah. I didn't like Uncle Fester.
Let's see.
Shelley. Wasn't I working on Shelley?
Yep, Shelley.
It says, think honestly what you have thought that God would not have thought, and what you have not thought that God would have you think.
I like that.
Yeah. I think we could all go there.
We often put the we place God so far outside of us that it seems like an irrelevant thing. However, we are ideas of the mind of God, meaning that our purest thoughts are thoughts of God, that are absolute purest thoughts existing in the mind of God. Anything else that isn't a loving thought is an illusion. It doesn't really exist. One of my favorite lines in Course in Miracles, I just read it the other day. God thinks otherwise.
Yeah.
It negates every worst thought that we have about ourselves and about others. God thinks otherwise.
Yeah, that littleness stuff has just got to go. What I like about this one is what we were talking about earlier about us being thoughts of God. So think honestly what you have thought that God would not have thought, that you're separate somehow, and what you have not thought that God would have you think. So if God thinks that we're thoughts of God, then we might as well think that we're thoughts of God too.
Right. Agreed. By the way, I'm in full agreement with Adam here.
What's that?
As a child, I do recall feeling oddly attracted to Bernadette Peters, and I did too, and I still do.
I saw her live on Broadway, and her voice is just amazing.
She's an international treasure.
Yeah.
Just an all-round, hugely talented. You know, some people get all the glory. They deserve it. I'm not going to take anything away from Barbra Streisand. She is the voice. But Bernadette Peters can just do it all across the board. And
I think Bernadette Peters can do it all across the board. She is an amazing performer in a zillion ways. But something else, another quality that I love about Bernadette Peters is she has seemingly no airs. She's not like I've never had an impression of her like, oh, I'm Bernadette Peters, or oh, I'm so famous, or being famous is how to be, or she's just very human. She's kind of
Right.
even though she is this big performer and singer and whatnot, she's very down to earth. It seems to me on in some way. She could live next door or be your school teacher or whatever. Yeah, yes, sister.
I need to put this out here real quick that
Mhm.
Hammer says he will censor this story. He enjoyed some cannabis with Grandpa Al Lewis in his younger days in New York City when he was just roaming around.
Well,
Sealed him looking for wisdom.
good.
I turned Carlos Santana away asking for cannabis.
Really?
I didn't know who he was. He said, I was walking in the mall. I was a teenager. I had long hair and a big beard. And he said, hey, man, where's the good stuff? And I said something very flippant. I don't know, man. Don't ask me something. And my friend who was working at the yogurt tree came running over and said, oh, wow, I just saw you talking to Carlos Santana. He's in concert tonight. Because, Merriweather is right across from the mall. And I was like, crap, because I had good stuff on me. I just didn't want to share.
You could have gone backstage.
I could have gone backstage. The possibilities were endless. I could have been discovered. I don't know as what.
I love the song Europa. No, 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 no.
All right, so we're gonna have to wrap things up.
All right.
So Hammer says, near the end, not sure if he was homeless. I never saw where he ended up, but he roamed the Lower East Side every day, rambling and mumbling. I don't know whatever happened to Al Lewis. Me too,
Right.
Shelley. I love Carlos Santana. She knows the drummer for Santana.
There you go.
Santana has continued since the 60s, put out music of what he called higher frequencies. He was devoted to several Eastern gurus. And he was a huge fan and disciple of John Coltrane, the jazz great.
As
who
are
himself,
you. As are you.
As I am. Who was also channeled the cosmic vibrations himself.
There was in San Francisco, because I lived in San Francisco before I lived in Rome. So I'm talking like 1980s. They had a soup kitchen on Divisadero that was like run by Rastafarians, and all they did was like listen to John Coltrane always. And I think that was even the name of it. It was like called the John Coltrane Soup Kitchen or something.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I might when I make something to eat after this, I might put on some John Coltrane as I cook.
Make your own soup kitchen.
Hammer says there's a story of YouTube of one of Carlos's drummers who was homeless, and that man put Carlos onto Coltrane. I didn't know that.
I did see that, actually, strangely. Seems would be.
All right. Sniper says he scored Damon album, shrooms, and managed backstage at a concert when dating my wife before we were married. Cool. That's awesome, Shelley. Shelley's son is waiting to play with Santana. That's so cool. Have you watched Shelley? Any of her videos? Any of her lives?
I haven't seen Shelley's lives. I don't think I have. I should.
Highly recommend. It's her son, Joey, who's just a hugely talented musician. All right. So, guys, we're going to wrap it up. We broke the 2-hour mark, 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Dang. We're done. Yep. We're done.
It's a wrap.
Love y'all. See you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
I will,
guys.
Hammer. Thanks.